This is Peter Garrett, Australian singer-songwriter, best known as the frontman for the rock band Midnight Oil. He's also a former Labor politician, having been both Minister for the Environment as well as Minister for Education. He's also an environmental and social activist. This is Gina Rinehart, perhaps Mr Garrett's polar opposite. She's a mining magnate, business leader and billionaire, often associated with conservative views and a focus on economic interests. Seemingly, Mr Garrett doesn't much like Mrs Rinehart. Case in point, his recent comments at the Perth Festival. He encouraged festivalgoers to pretend they're dancing on Gina Rinehart's grave. I don't know what you'd call that, but it sounds awfully like hate speech to me. Thankfully, the backlash was swift. Garrett in hot oil with Minister over Gina jibe. Washed-up rock star Peter Garrett slammed for attack on Gina Rinehart. Over at our ABC, crickets. They never mentioned it. WA Premier Roger Cook did the right thing and slammed Garrett's comments. He should know that sort of language is completely inappropriate. The arts are also there to challenge us, and perhaps Peter Garrett thought that he was challenging the people of WA when he made his inappropriate comments. He wasn't, quite frankly. He was being disrespectful and sowing the sort of seeds of hatred that we do see around the place. So he's got to stop. Although it should be noted that Mr Cook said some of his own stupid things recently with regards to American Vice President J.D. Vance, which the ABC did report on. WA Premier calls J.D. Vance a knob following Ukraine confrontation. Doesn't he realise Western Australia has to deal with America? What's he thinking? Although he did apologise when he realised he stuffed up. Even smiling Jim Chalmers, Australia's treasurer. It's funny, while regular Australians are struggling to make ends meet, this guy is as happy as Larry. Anyway, with regards to the Premier's knob comment, he said, "It's up to Roger Cook to choose his own words. I mean, he's an absolutely outstanding Premier. I would choose different words, but I'm not making any judgments about the words that Roger chose." Back to Peter Garrett telling people to dance on Mrs Rinehart's grave, a spokesperson for the mining magnate said in a statement, "The attention-seeking activist tried to trash Mrs Rinehart in front of thousands of people, but instead he ended up trashing himself and others who think, as Premier Roger Cook has said, sowing the seeds of hatred is okay in the name of art." That being the Perth Festival spokespeople and those mainly government organisations that sponsor it. The Perth Festival organisers seem to be unperturbed by Mr Garrett's comments, saying, "Perth Festival recognises that people will have many different perspectives, experiences and opinions that reflect the complexity and rich diversity of our community. Artistic expression is personal and views shared by artists are their own. It seems like they're okay with hate speech, as long as it goes in one direction."